My word. Monday,
Nate,
everybody.
you ain't answered that. You ain't asked that question from I don't know, that 402 number.
Ooh.
You ain't asking that.
Ooh.
That was one I was going to ask, but
Text
we
line
ran
is
out
on
of time.
fire.
Text line has been on fire.
Yeah, it's been on fire. Jay Foreman, who pays the bills, man?
Certified Piedmont Tees, the Micardo. I can't wait to get down there to get there. They have every cut of meat that you want, sausages. And like I always say, that the cut of meat, you hear about it, it is the real deal, and it cooks easy, um, and it tastes really good. So the Mercado is the place to be.
It is the thing. We will get to them and what we talk about. 402-464-5685. Starter Hammond text line, Honda Lincoln hotline. Thank you guys for being active and kind of adding to the conversation, contributing. Greatly appreciate it. Starter Hammond live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter live, where you can see what's going on and hang with us. It's a weird Monday, right? It's not the Monday we were expecting, right? At least not for me. So I'll say this. I've come off the ledge a little bit.
Yeah.
In that there were at 20, like I have to see the game in two folds. The 28-17 game and then the 31-28 game. And I have to see them. I have to see both of them. And then, like I said, going back and watching the film, watching the offensive line make some plays, but it looked like five people dancing rather than five people dancing together. Is that fair?
Yeah,
Jay Foreman?
Yeah. You're talking about the offense or defense?
Offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, they, I think, especially in the first half, and this is, I think they pass protected pretty well. Now, Northwestern isn't like Ohio State juggernaut rushing the passer, but at the end of the day, they're still more than capable athletes to, do some things if they have to. And second half, I think they leaked a little bit of oil. I think there were some holes that, maybe were missed, but yeah, you'd like to see some more conventional run game. Be more efficient. You take out the big run. You'd like it just to be able to get, 4 to 6 and pop a 8-10 yarder in there, every second or third play. But you also got to understand Northwestern was okay with making you beating us throwing the ball. They didn't come out of that cover 4. They ran and adjusted a little bit of techniques, and especially what they did on the number 2 receiver. When you start running them in cuts and you start beating them a couple times, they adjusted in the second half. And it was, Oliver Martin didn't fight for position. That's a pick and 42-yard return. That's sudden change. So, I think the offensive line, was better. Better start than last year. You can kind of see what they're trying to do. I think just they just need to get some continuity and experience. But the no time is wasting, or for no time can be wasted because you got to perform well in a lot of ways, a lot better than last week. You got to be able to provide a conventional run game, and you can't take any step back as far as pass protection. So I think the experience for these guys, because you got Teddy Prohaska still pretty much a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
He played 5 quarters last year.
Yep.
But so he's still learning. I mean, he's still learning how to show up to the game and get out there on time for warmups. You know what I mean? Because he got hurt last year, and then you got Turner that really didn't, I don't think, got healthy to camp. Correct me if I'm wrong. And so he's playing a totally new position, and Benhart is the only holdover from last year, which is right tackle. And he had his struggles. So then at right guard, you have Bando that, was playing. And then I think, he had a little issue last year, and then a new center. So the continuity needs to get there, and an experience of playing with each other, getting used to the calls, continuity, even when they do sub. All these guys were in, it seemed, heated competition to even start. So they were kind of in survival mode. So now you got to get kind of we're in the trenches mode, and then everything should go from there. But offensively, they did some positives. I'm sure that the coaches are telling them we left a lot of yards out there, and we got to play a lot better. Especially we got to be able to play 2 halves of football. But then there's you got to look at the defense and all the other stuff. I mean, special teams would have been a decent grade, even though I didn't know that you would fair catch the first kick, but fair catch the first kick.
Boy.
But take that out of it. But besides that onside kick, you'd have been very happy with the kicker, more than happy with the punter. The speed looked a lot better on kickoff, so that lets me know that they physicality could have been there. But look, it's a big call, but then defensively, you probably got to shore up some stuff because you'd like to think we'd be able to play a little bit more consistent and more physical. Which
what was the biggest disappointment for you? What thing was it? A group? Was it a situation? What was the biggest disappointment for the things that you thought?
Well, it was just I don't know what to call it. It's like you were doing. It was just the disappointment was for guys that had played that were just a non-factor, kind of like going in your gap but not owning your gap, and then kind of you're getting washed in the DP's gap. Then we're tripping Nate up to run after the ball, and then here we are. We got our second and third level guys trying to dodge free runners, which would be pullers or guys that are scraping up to the second level, and then we got to get off blocks and make tackles on backs and stuff like that. There's way too much space at times, and that comes from inexperience and knowing, because people don't understand. People think like you just throw out a bunch of really good players and you become dominant. You got to learn how to play with each other, how DP and Nate plays around me and how we play together and why we're doing it, and we got to know exactly what the defensive line is doing. That means every stunt, every call, every check that we're giving them. It changes how everybody plays. When they shift, it changes the strength of formation. So it changes what if me and DP are in like a 4-man front, a tackle. And now if we flip sides, we still do it. We're doing it on another side of the formation. So the inexperience of doing that. I talked about earlier. You had a second level guy setting the edge, but when you set the edge high in the backfield and the play is not a toss play, that opens the gap for me it widens the gap for me in the run fit. It widens the gap for the alley player. So essentially you're making in that sense, I'm giving a lot of power and I'm exposing myself to Northwestern because if I can tell you this, every running back coach in the Big Ten, if they're saying you have a big hole, whether it's created by us or created by the defense, and you're one-on-one with a linebacker, you better make them miss. Mm-hmm. They're better athletes than linebackers. You get what I'm saying? So they should. In a tight space, I got to win. But when there's a huge amount of space, in the first glance, you're like, dude, the first glance, like, they look soft. They did. And that could be the lazy-minded thinking. They look soft, lazy, look like some chumps. That's the lazy thing. Then you could just get on the Twitter and say it all, over and over and over. But if you try to do your due diligence and look at why, a lot of it comes down to self-induced or, inflicting yourself wounds. Whereas, we weren't even alignment, and like, okay, hey, shift from right to left. Boom, we're there. Like when you're looking around and trying to just wait, you should know that, right?
But did you notice how often Northwestern shifted and was right, and Nebraska on defense, and Nebraska defensively didn't shift much? Like there was nobody directing traffic to move players when you're putting yourself under the duress by scheme.
Yeah, so you mean by what Northwestern was doing, motion and shifting? Then we didn't look like a well-oiled machine making those checks, right?
Right.
Yeah, and so that's what it comes down to. When that's before the play starts, right?
Well, pre-snap read is it's 60% of defense.
That comes with experience. So, like I said, on paper it could look good, but you got to get the experience, because at the end of the day, in a controlled environment, is a lot different than playing in an uncontrolled environment, let alone in another country and against a team that's more than capable of biting back. Mm-hmm. And this is not saying, by no means, not saying Northwestern's a juggernaut. We're not looking at the Big Ten West champion here. But at the end of the day, what does Northwestern always do?
They hang out. They don't make mistakes.
They play with extreme amount of efficiency and principles.
8 plays in the second half. They ran 8 plays in the second half.
But you're missing the point. They're going to play sound football, fundamentally sound football, and they're going to know every single assignment that they need to know inside and out. What do you think they're going to do to you? Yeah. Do you think they're going to show up and try to play RPO? They don't have a quarterback that can run. Right? So that's where, then if you're not aligned right, then the keys get a little bit, then you're late in the run pass read. Then you start tricking yourself and seeing stuff that's actually not there. That's what happened on a lot of those.
That was literally the next space was looking for business. Stop looking for business. Business is coming. It looked like Nebraska was guessing, and
that's exactly.
It's too much. Listen, with veteran linebackers, don't guess, just react. And it looked like a lot of guessing where you would take 2 steps, put yourself out of position, and then go, oh boy, it was the other thing, and then you got to fill a gap, and then somebody takes you and puts their hat on your shoulder.
What you're getting at is it looks like they were trying to play plays, okay, well, DP's lined up here, you're lined up here. This is the play I'm going to play.
Mm-hmm.
Just play. Fun. Read your keys. You know what I mean? That's when you're guessing. Because you're pretty much showing up to the play thinking predetermined, I'm going here. Well, whoops. They oh man, Nebraska probably thinks we're going to run this play out of this formation. Let's just run a little bit different. We're going over there. Here's this dude wide open. We were guessing way too much. We were getting beat on easy bootleg waggles. You know what I'm saying? I mean, stuff that backside linebacker, you got to be eating that thing up.
I asked the question going into the game. I said, with that secondary, you're missing. You had veterans back there last year, right?
A calming force,
right? That thing that just says, you know what? Here's what I see. Pay attention.
Right.
And the touchdown before the first half, I sent that to you, and I asked you, please define what you saw. There was so much to that, though, because we talked about the onside kick as a game-changing play. But that drive at the end of the half, there were several things that went wrong.
Right.
And that play for the touchdown, there were 4 defensive backs, 2 linebackers that just really had no idea what they were doing, it looked like. Right? I mean, I hate to be mean, but Jay,
hey, if you could save that last little part, that was funny as hell. It did, though. He's like, we had 4 defensive back linebackers that then he looked at, didn't know what the hell they were doing.
No, but I asked her, so NFL people watch the game, right? And I took a lot of heat nationally. Boy, your Husker, they're my Huskers now, right?
Yeah.
And then so I asked, and it's like, Jay, okay, this is some of the stuff I'm getting. What are you getting? What do you see here? And is it fixable?
Oh, yeah.
Right? So it's all fixable.
I'm going to tell you this right now. The most frustrating, anger, whatever, damning or whatever you want to call it, what makes you feel all those emotions and plus many things else, is because it's fixable. Because when things are fixable, they should never have to be fixed to this magnitude, because that's the expectations that I expect of them. Now, are they realistic? Maybe not, but I think I expected all the things that I expect to be fixed this week. I'd be more than shocked if they perform like this week like they did last week. So I expect them to be fixed or on the way to fix, because it's not something you can walk into a room and they hit you with fixable juice and then next year fixed. It's something that you got to make.
You asked the question,
but hold on, but you got to make it your everyday habit. So what do they say? 10 days. But I expected. I did.
Oh, I thought
fully
it was 21 days.
Well, whatever it is. I mean, everything's faster. I didn't expect
right
that performance or these type of fixable things that we're talking about right now to go on Saturday afternoon.
I just, for me, it was.
So that's the most alarming thing to me.
Basic things done poorly continue to show up, and they show up in big ways, right? Because there's things that were missing. It was the one route. Nobody checked the route. Nobody rerouted. Nobody made it was messy.
Because if I'm a safety in a cover 4 or whatever, or just even when I was a second level linebacker and I had to get out on a tight end or something, I'm gonna be mad if you ain't rerouting.
And
because it don't matter.
And looked at you while you but if you Nate's gonna reroute.
But if you tell me that you ain't rerouting because you want to get to the quarterback, I'll say, well, it don't matter because I ain't gonna be able to cover him. You gotta you know what I'm saying? So that was probably, I think number 2 was on the line of scrimmage. There wasn't a reroute, and I don't know if they teach reroute, so I don't know. I just know that I always was taught to reroute. If they aren't, then so be it. I'm not here to be the coach. I'm not even questioning the coaching. All I'm saying, there was no route on number 2. He got up on that safety
in a hurry,
quick.
Whew.
Like he didn't heard, the Tootsie Roll come on in 1998 up in the
get
club.
to
He
the
jumped
floor.
up on something.
Get to the dance floor.
Right, and then he hit him with the skinny post. Well, the problem was the backside safety got bit up too much on the run fake, right? It comes down to your keys, and if you're guessing, right, or if you just got gashed and you're saying, okay, well, I got to be up an extra yard or 2 and run 4 or 5 steps forward, mama, there goes that man. That was it right there.
I mean,
so there's a whole bunch of stuff that usually in big plays like that, big plays when they happen, it's generally a bust. It is. It's generally a bust, and so we busted.
I'd say go back and watch film. Go back and watch. I mean, even if you just watch the highlights, you'll see some things that are fixable. My frustration and disappointment was that they weren't fixed before you got to Dublin. Like, that's really my frustration, is that these are small things that could have been fixed, basic tenets to defending. We're not talking about super level. We're not talking, college football playoff type schemes, but basic stuff. Let's get the basic stuff right. I think there's a chance for him to do it, but that's why we have Jay Foreman here to tell us whether it's likely or not. We'll throw it a break when we come back. Again, more review of Northwestern. There's several things to talk about. Offensive line play, defensive line play. Again, there are a lot of questions. And as I like to say, the more questions you have about a team and a program, the more shaky it is. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. You've heard of Jay Cutler, right? No, not the former quarterback. I'm talking the Jay Cutler, a 4-time Mr. Olympia winner and one of the top bodybuilders in history. Well, he has his own nutrition brand, and you can buy his own products and tons of other items to help you reach your goals at Goliath Nutrition. Drop by their HQ today to browse their growing family of products at 17th and O in Lincoln or online at GoliathNutritionStore.com.
If you need to sell equipment and trucks, Ritchie Brothers' new Lincoln Satellite Yard lets you free up space at your property and get local access to all Ritchie Brothers auctions. Drop your equipment off and sell it online at any Ritchie Brothers auction, Iron Planet, or via Marketplace E. The yard is at 8801 US 6 Lincoln. It's secure and makes for easy in-person buyer inspections and pickup. Take advantage of this yard to sell at Ritchie Brothers' Great Plains Regional Auction, September 15th and 16th. For details, visit rbauction.com/Lincoln. The dog days of summer are here. Is your yard in need of a touch-up as we head into the fall season? August, September, and October are the months for aeration, and Penner Sprinkler and Lawn is the place to call to get the job done right. If you're noticing any issues with your sprinkler system through the hot summer months, they're always a call away, and they're already scheduling installs for sprinkler systems for next year and all other lawn care needs. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club, or space club, and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Nebraska fans, it's almost time for college football season. Brokers Insurance Agency in Lincoln is a proud donor of Nebraska athletics. Brokers Insurance Agency is located at 33rd and A Streets in the heart of Lincoln. At Brokers, they can help you with all your insurance needs. Let them worry about your insurance so you have more time to enjoy the college football season. Call one of their licensed agents today at 402-420-5353 or visit their website at brokersinsurancene.com. Go Big Red.
Imagine your next staff meeting. Now imagine your next staff meeting with a side of ribs. Your next client presentation, or that same client presentation with brisket and baked beans. It's better, right? Let Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul take care of all of your business catering needs. Feed the staff, cater your next event, whatever you need, Mary Ellen's can help. They can even host your events in their brand new event space located right next to the restaurant. Go see for yourself. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake or online at maryellens.com. Let them fix you a plate. Need to send a message? Send it with cake. Congratulations? Here's a congratulations chocolate rum cake from Beatrice Bakery. Thank you? Say thank you with an amaretto cake. I'm sorry that I accidentally hit your mailbox with my car as I was backing out of the driveway and then continued right into your prized petunias. You say that with a lemon drop cake. Everybody knows that. Beatrice Bakery in downtown Beatrice or online at beatricebakery.com. Here to help you say whatever it is you need to say. Welcome to our world of yum. Casey's General Stores is giving away 2 tickets to each Nebraska football home game this season. To enter, just head to any Casey's General Store location in Lincoln during the football season, scan the QR code at the front counter, and fill out the online form. One winner will be chosen at random 2 days before that week's game. So head over to Casey's, stock up on all your tailgating snacks and drinks, and register to win 2 tickets to a Nebraska football game brought to you by Casey's General Store and 93.7 The Ticket.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
We stand on the shoulders of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
The Labor Day Savings Event is going on now at Schaefer's. Take advantage of store-wide savings, interest-free financing, and special Labor Day cashback rebates. Save on LG, Sony, and Samsung TVs and get up to 18 months interest-free. Choose from all the latest models. And you can sleep easy on a new Serta mattress set with adjustable base and up to $1,000 in savings. Hurry in for the Labor Day Savings Event going on now at Schaefer's, 48th and R, Lincoln.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, where the hood at? It was not in Dublin. Need a little more gangster. A little bit more. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text line, Honda Lincoln hotline. I want to thank the folks that came out and did the pregame tailgate with us. Thanks to Joe Davis and Ambition Electric. And, man, they hooked it up. I appreciate everybody that came out and hung out and took pictures and brought their dogs and puppies and their kids, and we had a good time. Starter Heyman video stream is up, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter Live. The YouTube feed is up. Get up on it. You can put comments on there as well. So lots to that. Jay Foreman, I tried to put down preconceived ideas about what this offense was going to be.
Yeah.
From your perspective, balance, identity, were you satisfied with the balance of this offense?
Yeah. Obviously, I'd like them to run some more or be more efficient in the run game. But when you started off the way they started off offensively, throwing the ball and distributing the ball, and that's what I think the balance is at. If it was just one play, one person, and I know Trey was targeted a lot, but I like the way that Casey distributed the ball evenly throughout there. I think the injury to Vokalek really kind of stymied this offense.
Mm-hmm.
And because the tight end he had 5 catches, 63 yards. And so that's a huge day and he was out pretty much the second half, I think, or majority of the second half. So I liked it. I don't necessarily know what their identity is. I think they're trying to get and work towards a 50-50 type of a running or, running and passing balanced offense. I'm sure they'd like to be more, more efficient and physical in the conventional run game. But, that just comes with knowing the schemes, knowing each other better, and just being a lot more physical.
I was rather pleased with for first time in a long time. There's a home run hitter.
Yeah, well, I mean,
right.
You saw it in the spring game. I think the better thing is he made a guy or two miss, and then he was able to, finish it and take it to the house. And I think he ran or had a couple other tough runs. So I think he really announced and separated himself. I know they still, did running or will do running back by committee, but he was a hot one. But obviously he earned it through camp, and it wasn't going to be. Heck, you didn't even see Ramir play, and I thought he was going to play, or Gabe Irvin, just because that's what we heard or assumed coming out of camp. And so I think Anthony Grant, took a big step in letting you know he's reliable, and whether it's the 46-yard scamper, or the score, or a couple other tough runs he had. I mean, obviously he'd like to play better. And then also he had a big reception out of the backfield for 16 yards, which showed you he can make people miss an open field. So again, this is the type of what you're looking for. I think you're waiting for whether it's A.J. Allen, Yant, if they play Ramir or Gabe, who's going to come out of there and be the second guy. Because you'd like to, I'm sure, maybe not 22 and 19 carries, but I'm sure Whipple wouldn't mind having 22 carry guy and a 13.
Were you surprised that A.J. Allen made a presence?
Yes and no. You hear nothing but good things about him. I'm probably, and I don't know why I was going off what Sipple said, right? The day where he said that it was Grant and Gabe Irvin. So I just assumed.
And Whipple spoke highly of both of them as well as Ramir too. So I think it was more odd that they didn't play than he did.
Well, at some point there'll be disclosure, right? You go through and find out why. You'll be able to ask, well, why were the people who played the people who played?
I don't even really think this was a.
You don't think this team missed Gabe Irvin and?
Oh no,
and
yeah,
I
was like, where are they at? Where they didn't play at all. But you know what, we didn't. But we had 72 plays, so I mean, I'm assuming, maybe they just got in a rhythm with Anthony Grant, and that's just the way it is. I think, and I mean, I guess you can count Brody Belt in both, rooms, and running back room, receiver room. So that takes a little bit of your takes plays away as well, because if he's in there and when they go 5 out, even though he's could be a running back, that takes plays away.
Okay, so elephant in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Omar Manning, what's up?
I don't know. I mean, I assume he's.
Well, we don't know. That's what's up. Is that once again we don't know a figure and a name and a presence that we, as people who watch and people who care, we're trying to figure out how is this constantly happening? What's going on?
Well, I'm sure he's hurt. I mean, it's either hurt or some other issue. So I'm sure he's dinged up a little bit, I'm assuming. I mean, I don't think in college they don't disclose injuries, do they? I don't even know how this stuff works, do they?
I don't know. Again,
or whatever. So and for Nebraska, to their advantage, I'd hold that Omar is out until you see him not playing. I don't think anybody assumed he wasn't playing until he didn't play, right?
Yeah.
So that was a big figure, and I think Omar not being there, or other guys not being available, became a little bit more of an issue because of the last 2 interceptions.
Kool-Aid or not Kool-Aid for both of you? Logan Smothers makes a presence. He comes in, gets a play, and out the game. Does that give you hope that there are packages available or things that he could do? Or is that just a thing that you do to change defenses to see how they react to different personnel?
Oh, I think they have like a package of whether it be RPOs for sure.
They do. I don't know how often they're going to use them. That's the thing is how much do you trust that throwing them out there for one play is really going to change?
Well, one play in 7 yards. And
right,
a big issue for me Saturday, and I hate to be that dude, but copy success. I have never understood Coaches that find plays against schemes that work and never go back to it. I just don't. They biggest drive of the season, first down, you get 8 yards off tackle, and it's smooth and looks good. You never go back to it again the rest of the game. I don't understand it. Like, why would you show that and then never go back to it? At 7 yards. Look, if you showed it and he went 1 for 2, okay. 1 for 7, you found something. Why not use it? What's the thinking? Like, help me understand that.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think they scored right after that, right? So I just wonder, I think, the offense was humming. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be bad to have like a, 3 or 4 plays consecutively in the series to kind of throw them off. Say you could even be in your base offense, and then here comes Logan Smothers and run a little bit of
you could run the same stuff, even.
So on. But at the end of the day,
I mean, you as a linebacker.
Talk to me before the game and say Nebraska's going to give you 28 points.
Game's over.
Game over.
Mm-hmm. Well, we said the magic number I said last week was 31, and I just it's in my head that they're going to do stuff that just doesn't make sense. There were plays that were made. I'll reiterate, for everything that finished at one point, it's touchdown, turnover, touchdown.
Yeah, it's
28-17.
Who's winning?
Like 28.
I hope we don't end up being like the Atlanta Falcons, where everything that teams that troll us put 28-17.
Right, like it's just going to be Nebraska led Northwestern 28-17.
And
then did an onside kick.
Right.
And then on top of that, had an onside kick. What are we doing?
Let's go to the Honda Lincoln Hotline. Brian wants to yell at us. Brian, what's up?
Hey, fellas. Good show today. Just got a question for all of you. So I don't know why. Call me crazy, but I rewatched the game last night. I recorded it, and I wanted to make sure I saw what I saw with respect to the defense, and I did see what I saw, and they got pushed around big time. And the other thing they got really gassed out. I was surprised at how tired they got. And I guess what I'm asking you guys is, I don't know the rotation that they were using with the defensive line, but I've heard some crazy numbers, like I think it was Robinson who played over 70 snaps. And if you look at the end of the game, and I'm not picking on him because it was all of them, but he had nothing left. He was standing straight up. He was getting pushed back 4 yards. And if those guys can't if they're not in better shape than what they appear to be in the game, they're going to have to at least get a different rotation where they're getting fewer snaps, particularly as they go into the brunt of the Big Ten schedule. Because look, I mean, the game plan's already out there to beat Nebraska. You run right at them, you wear them down, you go play action, and you play disciplined ball, don't make mistakes. You got a good shot of beating Nebraska.
Jay?
Yeah, I mean, it's you'd like to have some more depth there, obviously, I don't think any D lineman wants to play 80 plays or whatever high number of plays he played. So, part of playing a lot of plays is, you're out there a lot and they're getting a lot of possessions because the game's going back and forth and you're not stopping them. So those drives are the 8, 9, 10 play drives. Those things add up. So, yeah, I mean, they got pushed around a little bit. And one, because when you get out of position and then you lose your leverage because you're playing high, generally you play high when you're out of position, right? You never, the funny thing is you never see a defensive back that's playing with good footwork and anticipation get high shoulders in his back pedal. When he's in a good stance, pre-snap, so forth, it's every position, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're out of position, you tend to play a little high. Then you start guessing. Then you start getting out of position, and then you start trying to make a play. The mentality should be, look, we need to get back to playing team defense, and we'll be just fine. So, look, it's every play should be dissected for just a minute detail. Yes, is it stupid to hear if you're in a defensive
every individual, every group,
everything should be combed over with a fine-tooth comb, because those things that you could kind of work on or harp on will be minute, but those things are the things that show up in this game. So,
and they show up in the third and fourth quarter when you're trying to get the ball back, or you're trying to make a dent in a 3-point game. Like, it's little stuff. Jay, I'll ask you this one because it's on the text line, and several people have said this thing. They said the assumption is that there would be more possessions. But
well, sure, yeah, but we weren't. I think people are really looking at middle to late third quarter and the fourth quarter where Northwestern was obliterating us and stuff like that. So that's just guessing and just kind of figuring it out, just kind of going along with the motion. Now, granted, it's a tough game to play that many plays. Can't complain about it. You got to play them. You put yourself in the situation. So I think what they need to do is really get back. I mean, a lot of it's fundamentals, and that's why it's so frustrating, and that's why you're kind of like worried about if you trust them to do it, because late last in the year, this is kind of the stuff that kind of crept up, right? So every player needs to go back and really every player really needs to go back and have some hard conversations and say, where did this come from? Because I've played horrible games, or at least I thought I played horrible games, and quite frankly, sometimes I didn't play good. Watching that tape and watching yourself without any distractions and having somebody ask you, well, what did you do different? What have you been doing? And then can we look at some practice tape? Because if you're not rallying to the ball with the right lane integrity, did it just show up on Saturday, or did you kind of just go through the motions, just assume I can do this because this is the way I want to do it? So the little things will lead to big things with this team. I like and expect the defensive coaches to make whatever necessary adjustments or do the things they need to do for them to get back on track. I don't think it's a scheme thing by any means. So that's actually a positive. So if like when Bob Diaco was here, it was a scheme. Like fundamentally, it was wrong. Now it's not a scheme thing. Now we got to get the plays and the scheme or whatever up to snuff, and it's everything that's fixable. It is fixable. The tackling, the attention to detail, not peeking, stance, just everything, all that stuff fixable. And if you put it into your mindset as something that you're going to all the plays will come.
We're going to throw it to break. We'll come back. A couple of things. One, we will put a smile on somebody's face because everybody needs it today. So we'll get some cake for somebody because somebody needs it, a smile. But the other thing is, Jay, if conditioning leads to bad habit, right? We say fatigue makes cowards of it all. That's the old football adage. Can you fix that by Saturday in North Dakota? We'll talk about that when we come back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Casey's General Stores is giving away 2 tickets to each Nebraska football home game this season. To enter, just head to any Casey's General Store location in Lincoln during the football season, scan the QR code at the front counter, and fill out the online form. One winner will be chosen at random 2 days before that week's game. So head over to Casey's, stock up on all your tailgating snacks and drinks, and register to win 2 tickets to a Nebraska football game, brought to you by Casey's General Store and 93.7 The Ticket.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, it's the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit asbmidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits. The dog days of summer are here. Is your yard in need of a touch-up as we head into the fall season? August, September, and October are the months for aeration, and Penner Sprinkler and Lawn is the place to call to get the job done right. If you're noticing any issues with your sprinkler system through the hot summer months, they're always a call away, and they're already scheduling installs for sprinkler systems for next year and all other lawn care needs. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
You've heard of Jay Cutler, right? No, not the former quarterback. I'm talking the Jay Cutler, a 4-time Mr. Olympia winner and one of the top bodybuilders in history. Well, he has his own nutrition brand, and you can buy his own products and tons of other items to help you reach your goals at Goliath Nutrition. Drop by their HQ today to browse their growing family of products at 17th and O in Lincoln or online at GoliathNutritionStore.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. On July 16th, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is transitioning to 988. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call, text, or chat 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Bauer Infrastructure is a new name from a well-established brand, and they're paving the way to progress. And they're hiring. Bauer Infrastructure is hiring truck drivers, carpenters, truck mechanics, and equipment operators. And they have industry-leading benefits to maintain a work-life balance. Bauer offers paid time off and paid holidays, a matching 401k plan, medical, dental, vision, life, and disability insurance, a clothing allowance, and more. Start your new career today by applying at BauerInfrastructure.com.
Imagine your next staff meeting. Now imagine your next staff meeting with a side of ribs. Your next client presentation, or that same client presentation with brisket and baked beans. It's better, right? Let Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul take care of all of your business catering needs. Feed the staff, cater your next event, whatever you need, Mary Ellen's can help. They can even host your events in their brand new event space located right next to the restaurant. Go see for yourself. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake or online at maryellens.com. Let them fix you a plate.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and there is one place that has all the games, plus great food and beer specials. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben Sandwich or the Prime Rib French Dip or any of their famous chicken wings. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Nebraska fans, it's almost time for college football season. Brokers Insurance Agency in Lincoln is a proud donor of Nebraska Athletics. Brokers Insurance Agency is located at 33rd and A Streets in the heart of Lincoln. At Brokers, they can help you with all your insurance needs. Let them worry about your insurance so you have more time to enjoy the college football season. Call one of their licensed agents today at 402-420-5353 or visit their website at brokersinsurancene.com. Go Big Red.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
A few scattered thunderstorms this morning, then becoming partly sunny this afternoon. We'll see a high of around 86. North-northeast winds at around 15. Mainly clear tonight with a low dropping to 58. Mostly sunny tomorrow and running still a little warm for this time of year with a high of 87. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit wesaysaveit.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. First segment. Last segment, the first hour of Old School. Saturday, we had the tailgate here in the parking lot, and the Husker car made an appearance, and way cool. Way cool. Look, job well done for everybody that showed up and did their thing Saturday. We want to take it, just, again, this is that time, right? Who has something to celebrate today? Let us celebrate with you, because we all need it. Like, we all need something to smile about, something to celebrate. So who has something to celebrate? Because I want to go through Beatrice Bakery and allow them to put a smile on your face, your significant other's face, your sons and daughters' face, your your neighbor, your teacher, your lawyer, your police buddy, your fireman friend, whatever that is, hit us up, 402-464-5685. Over the course of the next hour, we will take candidates. Just get your submissions in, and we will put a smile on the face of somebody you love and care about. I have to resist. I'm going to resist till 5 o'clock and asking Jay a question that I know he's going to frown about. He's going to frown about this question, Nathan. So you ready? We're going to have to lock the door and make sure that he just doesn't run through the wall. But here's the question. And in fairness, I'm giving you time to ponder your answer. Okay? So we'll go to break, and I'm not giving him any lead at all other than the break. Jay Foreman, I'll ask you this. As a black shirt, should there be black shirts in the lockers today? We'll get the answer from Jay Foreman when we come back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Seasons change, but your land stays the same. You need the right solutions to keep you moving. That's why you rely on Acres Equipment, your Nebraska-owned premier John Deere dealership. Whether you're harvesting, protecting your crops, feeding the herd, maintaining your lawn, improving your business, or letting off some steam, Acres has what you need to get the job done. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Need to send a message? Send it with cake. Congratulations. Here's a congratulations chocolate rum cake from Beatrice Bakery. Thank you? Say thank you with an amaretto cake. I'm sorry that I accidentally hit your mailbox with my car as I was backing out of the driveway and then continued right into your prized petunias. You say that with a lemon drop cake. Everybody knows that. Beatrice Bakery in downtown Beatrice or online at beatricebakery.com. Here to help you say whatever it is you need to say. Welcome to our world of yum. Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest, quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Wow. Did you ever save me money on my car?
Yes, that's why our customers keep coming back.
How do you do it, friendly car dealer ?
We simply have low overhead and high trade-in values. The next line's yours.
Oh.
Ready for something better? Mullen Motors is a no-hassle, no-pressure dealership with financing available. Check out the inventory at MikeMullenMotors.com.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, Burnt Pineapple, and Mango Tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over. Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, it's the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit asbmidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits.
In today's day and age, people are trying to do more and more projects by themselves. That might be better on the wallet, but it can also lead to painful sounds like this. Ow! Poor guy, trying to do wiring all by himself. Let's have another listen. It's just not worth it. Don't hurt yourself or make things worse than they are already. For any of your electric needs, call Joe at Ambition Electric today at 402-217-3415 or go to ambitionelectric.com.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. On July 16th, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is transitioning to 988. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call, text, or chat 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
I grew up hearing that women are bad with money. But like many of you, I spent years paying bills, managing checking accounts, and taking care of my family. So turns out women are pretty good with money after all. And now I'm taking control of my financial future by saving for retirement. It's never too late to start, and there's a great website to help you. Check out WeSaySaveIt.org and jumpstart your retirement savings on your budget and your timeline. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Second hour of Old School. Again, thank you guys for hanging out with us on a Monday. I don't want to call it Black Monday, just disappointing Monday. Mad Monday.
This is a regular old Monday, man.
Miffed Monday. Yeah. Miffed Monday. I don't want it to be regular. I don't want to normalize this kind of Monday.
No, I think it's just one of those deals.
Yeah. I don't want to normalize
I tell you what, though. I was just thinking, it was like, dang. That was a long flight back after you just then lost the game. Because I think, if you get beat, that's one thing. But when you feel like you lost the game, and definitely, regardless if Nebraska would have won the game, there's no way you can tell me that the defense played close to what they potentially could do. So that's probably more. I'm always thinking of a defense mentality. That's probably more disappointing than anything.
Well, they were put in a bad spot, though.
Why?
Like they were up 11 and was on the sideline. Hey, man, we got the hype, we got the juice. Oh, you just go give up 50 yards? Because we that good, we give away 50 yards. Like that's just okay.
Okay, so when they kick
hold on. 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text on Honda Lincoln Hotline. You could follow on the video streaming. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you for that on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter Live. Greatly appreciate it. Jay Foreman, Mercado,
a retail store and butcher shop featuring fresh, hand-cut, certified Piedmontese beef and their unique ingredients, plus sausages and all types of pork and cuts anytime you want, or any type you want. The Mercado.
See, Jay should be wearing the shirt. Best meat ever.
Why not? Go for it.
Best
certified Piedmont brother meat.
Yeah, right. Okay, so two texters told us that they're getting married. Wait a minute. So you're getting married Saturday. You got to tell us who you are so we can set you up. Like, come on in. And then Drew says, hey, I'm marrying the most genuine person on Saturday. She does so much for others and never asks for anything in return. Don't know how I got so lucky, but shout out to Hannah. Outkicked my coverage. No doubt. Well done, both of you. both of you, come by and let us put a smile on your face and theirs, courtesy of Beatrice Bakery. Well done, well done, well done. Jay Foreman, black shirt.
So,
black shirt.
Yeah, I wouldn't be taking people's black shirts, man. I mean, I think part of coaching is you got to believe in the players. They believed in the guys that were named black shirts. You know, you have one bad game or whatever you want to describe it as. You can't say, okay, well, I don't believe in you. That'd be, impulsive. And so at this point in time, it's not the time. There's enough panic going on and inside, outside the walls, and wherever you count social media and all that stuff. There's panic and there's chaos. They're watching to see how you handle this, Now you might be, you might not physically take somebody's black shirt, but then somebody might be getting some reps, and that's what happens. I mean, Des Moines Adams was in here last week talking about when he lost his black shirt and he figured out why. Then he had to work his way up. That's just the way it is. Now, like I said, I don't think that we should go in there and take them all away, man. What are you going to do? Do that? Be a spoiled brat every time they make a mistake, take something away? Like you gotta explain to them. That's not even close to why you earn that jersey. You need to do this is what we need to do to get better. Mm-hmm. Everybody needs to get better. Need to coach better, call plays better, gravitate together defensively. And so then you go from there. I mean, guys just got to step up and play better. But black shirts are where it's at, and that should be the least of their concern. That they should all be taking pride in putting on a better performance than they did last Saturday.
Who did you want to see more of? Both of you. Who did you want to see more of? You saw a flash, you saw a thing, or you heard some things and you thought, I'm curious about this person. Who would you want to see more of, Jay?
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe what's the big lineman that transferred in from Northern Colorado? Kevin Williams?
Yeah.
Probably him. I think when Vokalek got hurt, I probably would have liked to see a little bit more of Chancellor Brewington. Loyalty, the royal loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
his royal
maybe like, with Gabe Irvin and them, but I just think more or less on defense, I probably would have liked to see the guys that I know that they are.
Nathan, who do you want to see?
There was a bunch of imposters out there last week.
I'll just group O'Shawn and Garrett Nelson together and just say the outside pass rush.
You just wanted more from them.
I just want
you wanted more.
I just wanted more passers, for crying out loud. Like it felt like Helinski had 10 seconds in the pocket every single play. And I know that their offensive line is highly touted. They got some guys back from injury, but for crying out loud, like, you got all this money to play at Nebraska and you can't even sniff the quarterback. You're a black shirt, you're a captain, and you can't even sniff the quarterback. It just did not rub me the right way.
I'm just going to point it out. Jay Carter says this: we have to turn this around now. I think we have to take away the coaching decision immediately. He has to go through Trev Alford's first and foremost. Eddie says this. He says, if they do not defeat North Dakota and Georgia Southern, then Frost should be fired, and Mark Whipple should call the plays starting with Oklahoma. I think Whipple should call the plays now anyway.
He is calling the plays. He called the plays last game, right? I mean, Scott didn't even have a play sheet. All that stuff needs to.
I thought the offense until the fourth quarter looked pretty good.
They just had a bad.
To be honest,
they had a bad case of the drops.
Yeah,
I also did. I mean, again, just run plays that work. Like copy success. I don't know how. It's not that complicated. There is tracking.
See, I would argue if these guys are dropping the balls, those plays are successful. They got catch.
No, but I mean plays that they ran once or twice and then never ran again. They had success.
Oh, you mean the RPO?
Yeah, and listen, to say it out loud.
You could have done all that. Yeah, I agree. You could have done all that, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep going back, man. We got 28 points. If you gave me 28 points in one half.
Gave you 28 points.
Yeah, me.
You
28 points. Say you're up 28-0. And you don't score another point, you don't even. If you just say, you know what, we're automatically just take 2 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever the clock is. We're not even gonna run our offense out there. We got to win that game.
The only thing about that, though, that 28 points, the craziest part about that,
win that game.
You had 28 points halfway through the third quarter.
Yeah,
you went a quarter and a half and didn't score.
That's fine. Points. I said you could be at halftime.
All right,
you could be 28-0 after the first quarter. We has to have it. 28-17, Okay, 2017, 28, 24. We got to shut the door, man.
I don't think any Husker fan or player was comfortable at 28-17.
No, I don't want you to.
Right?
After the onside kick, something felt.
No, we felt
It felt off.
understood. We did the roller coaster and got to the top of the roller coaster where we started to feel good, and then as we went down the hill, we actually bumped our head because the bar was too low, and it changed everything.
I just think that they got to close the deal. And then look, we can rehash it all. I think the best thing to do is you just got to sit back and figure out, see what they're going to do. I think they're just going to do a lot of self-scouting, and obviously address the things that defensively address the things that they can control. Right? Are they in the right spot? Know the defense a little bit better. Communication. Now, all the other stuff as far as like playing with good leverage and the physicality of the game, they got to take care of that themselves, because the coach can't make you do it. Like, you got to, like, they'll set up the drills and all that stuff, but you got to, like, when you work on tackling, you might have to, take a guy to the ground. You might have to work on running your feet on contact instead of 1-2 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4. You might have to go up against a running back after practice and figure out how to, tackle in space. You're gonna have to do what you got to do, but I think they're gonna do a lot of self-scouting. But then when you're doing that, you also have to make sure that you talk about and accentuate what you did in a positive manner. That, look, the way the offense distributed the ball in the rhythm in the first half is something that you can really be positive about. Now, you also can't be so blinded by how you played in the first half to think that you're actually against a respectable defense, that you're going to be able to do that for, say, 10 drives. Northwestern's going to fight back. So let's also have a counterpunch to their counterpunch. And so that's why maybe that's what you really focus on. Okay. Can you expect, I think Casey and Helinski, they were probably combined at one point, like 28 or 27 to 28. There was like only one incomplete pass. And I think it was because the Northwestern guy dropped it. Like, they both started out hot. We also have to have some sort of realistic expectation not to be that. We got to work on, I think there was one throw that was really, really off where they ran a deep out and Casey had to throw from the hash to outside the numbers, and he was 2 or 3 yards short. I think it was to IGC number 2. But otherwise, the ones, we had a lot of timely drops. Can the ball placement be better? Barry Thompson on Thursday will tell you ball placement needs to be better. Mickey Joseph will tell you, and I can't speak for Mickey, and I'm not speaking for Mickey.
I'll speak for this.
Mickey Joseph would tell you, or I'd assume he would tell you, he's telling his receivers quarter 1 through 3, it hits your hands, you got to catch it. It's got to be a guarantee in money time. If it hits your hands, not within reason, hit your hands and you got to catch it. I know for a fact that Mickey reps them on catching, let's say off schedule catches, meaning not the ones that are right where you need it. I know he reps it. So if you're playing at Nebraska in a Power 5 conference on one of the blue blood schools, if you play 5 plays in the first half and you get thrown in the game, you damn well better know what you're doing, and you better execute. Because I think sometimes people get it like mixed up, like everything's conditional, right? Oh, if you give me an NIL deal, I'm going to play hard. No, either you're going to play hard or you ain't. Either you're going to be prepared to do and play your plays, whether it's 1 play or 5 plays or 50, no matter when you're called upon, there is no excuses. It's not conditional. It's not conditional that you catch the ball when it's thrown to you perfectly. It's not conditional for Casey to throw the ball, only be able to throw it when it's, perfect. It's not okay conditionally to only be a good running back when there's a hole, as wide as 2 doors that you only can do that. You sometimes got to make your own hole. If you're running the ball, you got to make sure you're not running in the back of the lineman or and stuff like that. You got to know what everybody else is doing. You got to make it's not conditional for you to do things. There is no condition. The only condition is you do what you're supposed to do every single play, and nothing's entitled to you. You know what I'm saying? Or you're not entitled to anything.
Well, the difference between you being a high school player, you being a practice squad player, and you being a starter in a Power 5 program is that you make the play. Like, that's the difference.
You got to be consistent. I think sometimes people fall in love with splash plays, and they think if we just make one splash play and we'll win. Most games are won by the simple plays. The simplest play to set up an explosive play is getting that 3rd and 8 first down that we can continue along the process of a good drive. The big catch, right? The big catch and make them miss.
The big tackle.
Right, the big tackle or the simple tackle, right? Man, DP slipped down. Nate whiffed. Here comes Jay, makes the tackle at 3rd and 7, and they needed to get 9. Well, now we get the ball back. And then
the defense gets off the field.
Off the field, you know, or something like that. Or, you know, it could be as simple as if I'm ripping through the tight end's face to get to the C gap. So just say if you're in a 8 technique, 9 technique, and I got to get inside of the tackle. So then you would be essentially, you know, I'll end up in a 6 technique. Do I just, I get in front of Nate and just get washed down from the right side of the defense to pass the nose tackle, and we just got a pile of Huskers. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just the little things that they could get better at. But, you know, I know they're probably hurting. They're probably more embarrassed than anything because
disappointed, frustrated.
Well, disappointed, yeah, but embarrassed in the sense of they know they can play better. I'm fully confident that they'll play better next week. Now, what does it mean that towards the whole season? A lot of things got to go right, you know. And I think this was a stern wake up call that I think these guys will accept better than guys last year because they're.
Why do you think that?
Because I feel like the leadership on this team is like, or at least for the guys that I know. Like I said, I haven't been down there, but these guys, and this is not nothing about the older guys. They'd been here, you know. They are kind of like the known quantities where you had the young guys seeing all these losses. And they really want to get this thing turned around. So they've been waiting and been in the kind of, you know, going through like some muddy waters on their own. You got to think all these young guys that are playing or supposedly hopefully playing, they've been sitting there dealing with stuff that everybody else in their family have done. Like these guys are out there playing, but these guys haven't adhered. So they're probably tired of hearing it because they didn't even have anything to do with it. So I think these guys are really be into it. And there's nobody that's kind of a king of the mountain. These are all guys that had to get to where they're at by working. And so they all want to make it better. So I think they'll be okay. Now, what it means towards the end of the season, that's really going to test the fabric of leadership at all levels. You know, young leadership is the veterans, and then obviously senior leadership, which I'd call the coaching staff.
Well, it appears to me, and it's that phrase that we use when you're talking about a team, taking a team to a place where they become uncomfortable or they're not used to being. So taking them in deep water, right? That the players who played Saturday for Nebraska, in a lot of cases, had not been in deep water, had not been under live fire.
Yeah, you know what that deep water was Saturday? It was deep water. I'm not a big swimmer. I don't like swimming. You know what I'm saying? So deep water, what DP's getting at is that I think these guys were swimming in deep water when the game was 17-14. It's because it hadn't got choppy yet.
14-10.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, they went at halftime 17-14, probably thinking like, oh, we're going to be fine second half. What happened is Northwestern made that thing awful choppy. And see, Northwestern, when it's choppy, their heart rate slows down and they tread water and they don't burn energy. Whereas sometimes if you do it, then you mess around and you drown yourself. And that's essentially what we happen. But it all comes from experience. Now, unfortunately, their experience is twofold negative. One, they didn't play well. Okay. That's number one. That's experience. And then number two, there's probably some that felt like, or that understand right now that they probably weren't prepared well. So you learn these two things, and I can say it because I've been there. All right. I remember like it's today, Coach Samuel telling me there's two things that you can't do, and these are the two formations you need to know in and out, and you can't get beat to the flat to the tight end. yeah, all right, coach, I'm a freshman starting. I think I just had a good game. We're playing Kansas State. Looked at the dude, 6 catches. Yeah, well, guess who got beat to the flat? Yours truly. So, I think just a little bit of that, and it comes from experience. But I think these guys are understanding the magnitude of every single rep in practice, even how minute and stupid they might be. So, like, even when DP or Nate, in this, for instance, are going through drills, right, or even out there practicing, for these guys that haven't played, you have to actually take a rep. You can't be over there talking about whatever at the Gatorade thing. You got to be getting your water and actually be taking a rep, because they are essentially need to catch up, and they played some veteran stuff, the veteran guys.
I think some of it as well ends up with game speed.
Yeah,
game speed.
Yeah,
that young players and new systems, different rotations going on out there. That game speed and game schemes hit hard. It hit hard when you're taking 27 consecutive rushes. There's no way to practice that against a scout squad. Like, there's no way you can. It just doesn't match up, and that's what it looked like.
If you ran the ball 16, I'm like, hey, this is time. I'm about to start getting some. It's about to be on.
Don't you think they thought they would be fine when they got in deep water? When you know what? We need to get off the field. We need to get off the field.
You know what
and Northwestern they're telling you, they're literally lining up telling you, we're running the same stuff, and you can't do nothing about it in the most meaningful drive of the game. You can't get off the field. 3rd and 3, can't get off the field. 3rd and 2, can't get off the field.
But if as a coach you see that, why? I hate bringing up the onside kick again, but if you see that, DP, like you said, that your defense is struggling to stop their offense, why would you make the field shorter for them?
At that point,
That's what doesn't understand.
At that point, you weren't on deep water. Here's the remember the rotation.
Hold on, time out. You know where they were at. You ever been down the rapids where it's weird how nature is? It's just like flat, and then you just get right into the you don't go from flat to intermediate rapids. You just go to the gangster rapids.
Yep.
That's where they were at.
Yeah.
They saw the gangster rapids, so they was in it because there wasn't no stopping.
I mean, at 14-10, late in the first half, literally a 3rd and short where you can get off the field. At 2nd and mid, the coaches at Nebraska made some decisions. Hey, you know what? That arrogance, we getting off the field here. Except on the other side, there's a dude. He's a really smart dude. Really good in-game decider. And he said, you giving us a shot to take the lead when we would have just conceded and given you the ball if you can get off the field on short field? Look, Fitz made a decision from their own 39. And they got the first down and then went in and scored with the help of Nebraska timeouts. Right? So then the players were like, wait a minute, we were ahead. We was celebrating. Everything was cool.
So fast.
And them Rapids took off, and it was like, wait, so you go in the locker room.
Is this 28-17?
No, this is 17-14.
Oh, yeah, before going in the half.
This is 17-14, right before the half.
Dog, you a fool, man, because I'm watching you describe this.
Right, to go through it, right? Where the players, look, you're having the time of your life. You are having the time of your life if you're a Husker newbie. Like, you're a new Husker player. Oh, this is what Big Ten football is? Look, we haven't even played exceptionally well. And we're winning, and we're going to go in halftime. Oh, look at Coach over there showing out.
I got to go, man. I can't deal with you, man.
Right, but then you said, hey, I'm going to give you time to have smart people get together and put their brains together and make a decision. And the smart folks from Northwestern made a decision. And they had a plan. And then Nebraska's on their heels. And then you're backpedaling, and you go in at halftime and you get a break. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown. 28-17, and again, you chilled, right?
We gotta go to break, man. Dude.
Look, man.
When you describe the game like that,
I describe it like a coach. Like, I describe it like I'm in it. I'm just in it. And I've been in them rooms, Jay, where you just look at people and you go, nah, dog, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, that 28-17.
Hey, man.
I mean, you got to think you came out, Northwestern got the ball. The funny thing, the bad thing about Northwestern, they got the ball and didn't even do nothing with it. They were like, it'd be like 3rd and 6, and they were running like a 21 dive. Like a play, they ain't getting no 6 yards. And punt the ball. Then they got the one turnover, went down there and missed the field goal, tricked that off. That's giving it right back to you, right? And then what was it, 3rd and 10? What is it? Brock Hughes was like, they weren't even trying to get the first down. I don't know what they thinking. And then he was like, oh, yeah, Fitz told me that they just going to make Nebraska beat you.
Every analyst across the country will tell you that early season games, especially week 0, week 1, and week 2, games are not won, they're lost. They're lost. They tell you, look, stick to your guns, stick to your stud players, stick to the schemes that work, stick to the plays that have given you success, and then just get out of your own way. Every analyst will tell you that. Nobody paid attention, and it's 31-28. We'll throw it to break. Jay's got to bounce. We're going to let him get his thing. Me and Nathan will hold it down till we get through.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Bauer Infrastructure is a new name from a well-established brand, and they're paving the way to progress. And they're hiring. Bauer Infrastructure is hiring truck drivers, carpenters, truck mechanics, and equipment operators. And they have industry-leading benefits to maintain a work-life balance. Bauer offers paid time off and paid holidays, a matching 401k plan, medical, dental, vision, life, and disability insurance, a clothing allowance, and more. Start your new career today by applying at BauerInfrastructure.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and there is one place that has all the games, plus great food and beer specials. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben Sandwich or the Prime Rib French Dip or any of their famous chicken wings. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
In today's day and age, people are trying to do more and more projects by themselves. That might be better on the wallet, but it can also lead to painful sounds like this. Ow! Poor guy, trying to do wiring all by himself. Let's have another listen. It's just not worth it. Don't hurt yourself or make things worse than they are already. For any of your electric needs, call Joe at Ambition Electric today at 402-217-3415 or go to ambitionelectric.com.
Casey's General Stores is giving away 2 tickets to each Nebraska football home game this season. To enter, just head to any Casey's General Store location in Lincoln during the football season, scan the QR code at the front counter, and fill out the online form. One winner will be chosen at random 2 days before that week's game. So head over to Casey's, stock up on all your tailgating snacks and drinks, and register to win 2 tickets to a Nebraska football game, brought to you by Casey's General Store and 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, buying a used vehicle sucks, and the biggest problem is who can you trust? Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto out here at West O Street in Lincoln. Here's what customers have told us they want from us. They want transparent pricing with no games. We have all our pricing on our website, plus a Carfax report. We don't want to buy a lemon. We include a 3-month warranty on all of our vehicles. We don't want to play games. Just make it simple. You saw that with non-commissioned salespeople. Can you trust us? Just check out our Google reviews. Again, this is Carl from Price Right Auto in West O. Check us out at pricerightauto.com.
Hi, this is Kurt, your shop manager at A1 Automotive here in downtown Lincoln. My promise to you is this: you won't find another automotive repair facility that genuinely cares about you and your vehicle. Our service is outstanding and our customer service is better. Please give me a call for all your automotive repair questions and needs. Call me at 402-477-4660. We were built on small town values, and that shows in how we treat others. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
You look at those big tackles they have mammoth tackles. Neither of those guys are particularly nimble. Bryce Benhart is never going to be confused with Allen Iverson.
No, I don't think that he will. That's the first time in history and forever going forward that Allen Iverson will be in the same sentence as Bryce Benhart.
They better be able to mash.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning.
We stand on the shoulders of women who came before us.
Women who fought for their own financial futures.
And now it's our turn.
Join us. Visit WeSaySaveIt.org and take control of your financial future by saving for retirement.
A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to Old School with DP and J.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you. 402-464-5685, Starter Heyman text line, or the Honda Lincoln hotline if you want to call, and you have. So let's go to the Honda Lincoln hotline. True Red, what's up?
Hey, DP and J. Great show. So I want to see if you guys agree with me on a couple points. The first being, would you say that the tone of the game is set in the trenches on both sides of the ball?
Yes.
You know, okay, with that being said, I don't remember a Nebraska defense that didn't ever get any pressure on the quarterback till I've seen. I've been a Husker fan since 1986. I think this is one of the first defenses I saw in a game that never even grazed the quarterback or touched the quarterback. That guy, Helinski, sat back in the pocket and had a field day feasting on our confused linebackers in secondary who weren't able to communicate properly to each other. And then hearing that Garrett Nelson said there was a few times where they didn't get the play call in time. I'm calling you out, Eric Shenander. That's on you. And if you go back and review the tape, DP and J, because I've reviewed it twice, you have 16 missed tackles.
That number's low.
Was it higher?
Yeah.
Okay, because, all right, 16 that were critical in my eyes.
Right.
Those tackles that were missed, they were able to gain over 200 yards of offense.
YAM is what we call it, yards after miss. And you're right. It's an actual thing. Fatigue, different combinations of people out on the field in crunch time, unexpected chaos and stress, because this was a game you were up by 11, so you assume that, and again, we know what happens when you assume, but sometimes you have to rely on people and put them out there. I guarantee you they did not expect Eric Hausman, the freshman, Ernest Hausman, to have to go through that many reps. You didn't expect to have to go to your backups and put them in. Wynn shouldn't have been expected to put up 20-plus plays. You didn't expect A.J. Allen to have to contribute on week 0. There were a ton of things you didn't expect to be without Travis Vokalek. You didn't expect to be without Ramir Johnson. You didn't expect to be without Gabe Ervin. You didn't expect. But coaching at this level is about several things. One, preparation, assumption of things that can happen, and being prepared and having an answer for when it does. And the biggest thing in that is when chaos happens, it is responsible for leadership on the field and leadership off the field to slow things down. The coaching adage is this: when chaos happens, slow down, and chaos ceases to exist. And sometimes in deep water, you panic and you forget that thing. The final quarter and a half was deep water, and it was a panic. And sadly, it plays out because guys were out there. Look, they didn't plan to miss tackles. They just did. It's the first.
Right, but you gotta, and I played football, and I was at football. I played with Amon Green at Central High there. But with that being said, we were always taught lead with the shoulder, wrap, hold, pull down. And these guys were diving, or they would try to stick them and think they would knock them off balance. That's on Shenander. They should be wrapping up and tackling correctly.
I'll still remind you of the human element of 18 to 22-year-olds in their first big dance on national TV in a different country with change of environment and change of nutrition and change of responsibility. There's a ton of stuff in play. I have way more issue with the grown-ups than I do with the players. I just do. And that's, for me, that's how we coach it. True Red, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I think but that's just me. Look, the responsibility for all of this stuff is so that the people who are professionals, the master's degree folks who have played the game and then went on to learn the game in a greater depth, intellectually, emotionally, physically, those people are there to keep the young folks out of deep water. That's their job. That's literally why you get paid all that money, is to be prepared, have them prepared, and then have a plan for when it goes left. Because guess what? In Division I, Power 5 football, or sports in general, friction is going to happen.
And it's not just Nebraska.
No, this is not
across the board.
Well, look, but I'll say this. Nebraska football has been really good at finding a way to mess friction up. Like, you take friction and to calm down, you use it to propel yourself. You don't use it to be moved by it. Like, don't get caught up in the emotional thing of it. Get in that kid's head. You have to know the words that will move your freshman players. You have to know the words that will move your offensive stars. And they're different words for different players. How you talk to Garrett Nelson is different than how you talk to O'Shawn Mathis, which is different than how you talk to Casey Thompson. Each player on that team has their own trigger, have their own depth, they have their own balance. And it's up to the adults, the coaches in the room, to know, you know what? My young man is struggling. And I need to put him in a place of comfort. I need to make him better right now. Right now. And it didn't happen. It didn't happen at 14-10. It didn't happen at 17-14. It didn't happen at 28-17. And it didn't happen at 31-28. You know how I know? Because the things that you did in that space looked uncomfortable to the people who were playing the game. There was no athletic arrogance out there in the second half, in the third quarter and fourth quarter for Nebraska. Casey Thompson looked out of his element for a guy who'd already done that. He'd already been in that situation, right? You're asking a freshman to come in and tote the mail for you when you've got a guy who's a plus 100 yards already. You're asking offensive linemen who, quite frankly, had a plan when it came to pass pro to run the ball when you haven't allowed them the rhythm to handle that situation. How you Big Ten football coaches figure this thing out? They set up the fourth quarter in the first quarter. All the stuff that I want to run in the fourth quarter, guess what? I'm taking notes. I'm like, okay, what is your reaction to this? Hey, you didn't cover that? Guess what? You didn't fit that? I'm running it again. Smart coaches copy success.
I think this is part of the big question too. DP Texter says, what the hell are they doing in practice if they aren't defaulting to fundamentals at game time? I think it's a fair question.
The pimple that shows up on Saturday is from the nutrition you fed all week long. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. We didn't know what they were doing. You know why? Because they didn't tell us. They didn't share it with us. And look, as a coach, I pay attention. If a coach is willing to share the work he's doing and stuff he's putting in, I trust that coach. If you hiding it from me, I don't trust you. You haven't earned it. You haven't earned it. I haven't earned it. So there's that. There's lots to it. There's tons of stuff in this space. It's simple. I'll read what Blanket as well. He says, Nathan, I have to comment on something you said earlier in the day. On Friday, when Frost was 15-29, you picked them to win 10 games this season. At 15-30, you're calling for his firing. That's a pretty healthy swing in opinion based on a 2% difference in Frost's overall body of work. Nathan, your response?
I'll comment on that. I think what it comes down to, and I didn't come for his firing. I said something needs to change, and in college football, it starts from the top to bottom. I think a big part of it is when you look at Frost's body of work, it was the same year in, and year out. What frustrates me this year is you made all these changes in the offseason with the players, coaches, within the program. All of these changes were supposed to be made for you not to look like the same team that you've looked like for the past 4 years. And guess what? All these changes that you made, it still looks exactly the same. And maybe that was just me being irrational or delusional or whatever you want to call it. But I thought all of these changes would lead to a different outcome, would lead to a different look, would lead to something changing on the field. And to be honest with you, DP, and to be honest with you, Wet Blanket, it looked like the same old Nebraska. Different players, different coaching staff, different roster, different basically almost everything. But you know what it looked like at the end of the game? The same old Nebraska.
I'll say this before we go to break. Up until 28-17, it looked different.
It did.
It looked different.
You're right.
Different tendencies. Nebraska actually went against previous year's tendencies on play calls, schemes, rotation. Now, it's not convenient to narrative to say that that's different, but it was different. You know why it was different? Because you had a different offensive coordinator, you have a different passing game coordinator, you have a different running back coach, different offensive line coach, all those things in place. And I tell you that the dance that happened in Nebraska's offensive line pass protection in this game was different than previous 4 years by a universe. Now, the result is the result, but the result is the accumulation of a whole lot of other things. The things that didn't change in the program is defensive coordinator. Well, you understand? Like, listen, and the head coach, right? So there's a lot of stuff, and it's simple to go and take the turd burger that was left on the field at the end. But you also you can say, you know what? The ending was terrible. But there were things that happened within the process of this game that were different. They looked great. They look advanced. They looked improved. The difference was that at a moment of crisis, people as humans tend to do the things that they know versus the things that they do not. And I'll tell you in those rooms that you'll have a coach who will be the guy who says there's always one in the room. And it just doesn't matter what level of sports you're talking about. But there's always a coach who goes, you know what we ought to do? And that dude is the great chaos stirrer of all. Because nobody in the room, and for whatever reason, this dude always has power. He always has power. And nobody ever says to him, nope, that's a horrible idea. That is a terrible idea. Why would we do that? That's not even what we do. And there's no point of reference for success for it. But it's like, look how smart I am. Look how really brilliant I am that I'm going to come up with a thing that nobody's expecting at this moment. That's like me having our guests in a lineup and going, you know what? I'm playing a hunch. I'm going to go with my 10th best bowler instead of my best. You know why? It's just a gut feeling. Well, cute will get you beat. And it got you beat on Saturday. We'll throw it to break. We'll come back. We have a guest in the studio, and she's a home run hitter. I totally dig this. I'm going to put her to work, and we'll probe the mind of Crystal Elliott of the Huskers bowling team when we come back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
People first is more than a nice sentiment. At American Senior Benefits, it's the mission. If you're ready for a career where you can truly put your customers' needs ahead of everything else, this is for you. American Senior Benefits is one of the leading senior market insurance product distributors in the country, and they're looking for high-energy applicants with strong communication skills. Enjoy on-the-job training, a fun work environment, and unlimited income potential. Visit asbmidwest.com to learn more. American Senior Benefits.
Hey, buying a used vehicle sucks, and the biggest problem is who can you trust? Hey, this is Carl from Price Right Auto out here at West O Street in Lincoln. Here's what customers have told us they want from us. They want transparent pricing with no games. We have all of our pricing on our website, plus a Carfax report. We don't want to buy a lemon. We include a 3-month warranty on all of our vehicles. We don't want to play games. Just make it simple. You saw that with non-commissioned salespeople. Can you trust us? Just check out our Google reviews. Again, this is Carl from Price Right Auto on West O. Check us out at pricerightauto.com.
Seasons change, but your land stays the same. You need the right solutions to keep you moving. That's why you rely on Acres Equipment, your Nebraska-owned premier John Deere dealership. Whether you're harvesting, protecting your crops, feeding the herd, maintaining your lawn, improving your business, or letting off some steam, Acres has what you need to get the job done. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Parents, now is the time to get your kids into one of the fastest growing sports in the Midwest, lacrosse. Signups are happening now for the Junior Rampage League fall season. Kids ages 6 to 14 are invited to join, with teams available for both first-time and experienced players. The focus will be on skill development with scrimmages throughout the fall. For more information, head to LincolnLAX.net. Don't miss out on your chance to join the growing lacrosse movement with the Junior Rampage. Register today at LincolnLAX.net. The season starts September 10th.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and there is one place that has all the games, plus great food and beer specials. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben sandwich or the prime rib French dip or any of their famous chicken wings. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Hey, this is Ernest Hausman. As a linebacker from Nebraska, I know how important it is to have a strong defense and a great playbook. If you are looking for a solid team to have your back, check out my friends at Burke Brown Law. Burke and Jackson will work with you to create an individualized strategy to bolster your defense.
Hi, this is Burke. Give us a call at 402-606-1441. With locations in Lincoln and Columbus, we're ready to tackle your needs. Find us online at burkebrownlaw.com.
Join us this Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. at Cornhusker Bank at 84th and O for a tailgate to get ready for Nebraska's first home game. DP&J will be on air with a guest appearance by Larry the Cable Guy with free food and drink for the whole 2 hours. That's this Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. at Cornhusker Bank on 84th and O.
Wow. Did you ever save me money on my car?
Yes, that's why our customers keep coming back.
How do you do it, friendly car dealer ?
We simply have low overhead and high trade-in values. The next line's yours.
Oh.
Ready for something better? Mullen Motors is a no-hassle, no-pressure dealership with financing available. Check out the inventory at MikeMullenMotors.com.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Hi, this is Kurt, your shop manager at A1 Automotive here in downtown Lincoln. My promise to you is this: you won't find another automotive repair facility that genuinely cares about you and your vehicle. Our service is outstanding and our customer service is better. Please give me a call for all your automotive repair questions and needs. Call me at 402-477-4660. We were built on small town values, and that shows in how we treat others. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
This message is for Karina. Our mom will finish her high school diploma at age 28. Hi, Mom. It's Emmettith and Nicholas. Congratulations on getting your diploma. You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
This is Old School on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, Old School on a Monday, and I want to thank you folks for all of the contribution, all of the comments, all of the opinions. Thank you. We appreciate you hanging out with us. We're all just trying to feel better. Sometimes you got to vent. Some people need to vent. Some need to just hide. Some people want to bang their head against the wall. Most of us just want to talk to each other and get this stuff in. I want to say this, 402-464-5685. Starter Heyman text on Honda Lincoln Hotline. Again, you can add to the conversation. You don't have to just sit and listen. You don't have to sit and watch. If you want to watch, you can jump on the video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter live. A part of what I think will help us going forward is to hear from athletes, because the athletes are in this. They're in this. Like, we talk about it, but they're in it. Like, they go through the travel, the change of nutrition, the time differences, the playing through injury, dealing with the stresses of just being sometimes a teenager, sometimes a young 20-year-old, and trying to figure out in a new world of NIL and social media active, being active and being dealt with, and the things that people say. So I wanted, as a part of what we do with these student athletes, is to bring them in and get their opinion. Let's hear from them, because they're in it. They're connected to it. They understand what football players know, what bowlers go through. Bowlers know what wrestlers go through. Wrestlers know what softball players go through, because you are. And Nebraska has a lot of talented, intelligent, insightful student athletes. And some of them, even though they come on and get in front of the microphone, we want to give them the opportunity to also write. And we want their opinions. And I'd like the idea and concept of having student athletes cover and talk about other student athletes. So we're going to bring in, she's a national champ. Yeah, she is. Certainly is. Cleanup hitter for the Husker bowling team. Let's bring in Crystal Elliott. Thank you for doing this.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Let's get you close. You got the pipes, so let's get you close to that microphone. Like, you got the pipes. So through all of this, and then welcome back, because it's good to have you back. And I know you had a busy summer, so
I did.
It's there. But I also know that you're not just a bowler, a student, scholar athlete. You're somebody, you love sports.
Yeah, I've really gotten into it since being here at Nebraska for sure.
Yeah, I mean, so tell the folks where you're from and who you root for when you're not rooting for the Huskers.
All right, my name is Crystal Elliott. I'm from Palm Bay, Florida. And if I'm rooting for someone, I mean, I don't really watch college. I normally watch NFL, but like my team is the Bears.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm a Cubs fan, like Chicago, everything, Blackhawks, like that's me.
So what is your sport to watch, though? What's your favorite? What's number one?
Oh, I would say basketball. And then I've really gotten into hockey because I got an opportunity with the Lincoln Stars last year. And so I try to go support them because that was just a really fun organization just to go and experience it. And so I really got into it there, and baseball as well.
It's also fun, right? That through all the stuff that you go through, you are more connected to it because you cross paths with the other student athletes.
Yeah.
Like, so football players, basketball players, baseball players. But you also know the process. You know how much work it requires for you to do what you do. So then you can kind of measure up and go, you know what?
Yeah.
That's a little different. The strength and conditioning program at the University of Nebraska. When I ask you about it, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Our facilities, like I know how grateful I am with the facilities that we're given, and especially with our strength and conditioning coaches. They help immensely. And so without them, like, I don't think that we would be able to be the athletes we could be, because we could go to personal trainers, but the university pretty much just hands us these people that know everything about working out and just learning about it. And so not only do they teach us, but they're like, here, these are resources for you after you graduate even as well.
When things go well, this is a great place to be, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, this place celebrates like no other.
Right? And to win a national championship and to have that ring that you will carry forever, and then the moment where you know you're a national champion. Take us through it. The moment you actually know, hey, you know what? We did it.
I really don't think it hit until the Michigan game the next year.
Mhm.
And like that Michigan game was really cool, but getting presented our rings by Trev Alberts, and that was just such an experience. But being on the lanes when you were just like, oh, here's your trophy for being a national champion. You're handed a hat, you're handed a shirt, you're handed a watch, and you're like, oh, okay, like that's cool. But you're just standing there and you're just like, okay, going through the emotions. And just so happened, like when we were standing there taking a selfie with Coach Klempa,
Right.
He only does selfies when we win national championships.
I like that though.
But we're standing there, and then they announced me that I was the most valuable player at the NCAA championships. And I completely forgot about the national championship. So I was like, oh, this is irrelevant. I'm the most valuable player here right now.
Right.
But then it really didn't sink in until you were handed a physical ring that has your name on it, what year you won, all the diamonds, the jewels, like all of it. And you're like, whoa, like I actually did it.
Think about this and full on, right? National champion and the MVP. Nathan, understand that of everybody that does what Crystal Elliott does in the greatest moment that could ever exist as a student athlete, you excelled.
I tried to, honestly, but I don't know. Growing up, I always felt that I was a pressure player, and I was just meant to be in a position to where, like, if the pressure comes, like, I'm here for it. And the opportunity arose several times because I know we were joking around saying, oh, we're going to go 2 in a barbecue because we had lost our first round in 2021. And so obviously we were just trying to make light of the situation, but then we had got down to the very last game, like game 7, and we were like, oh my gosh, like this actually might happen. So then it came down to the 10th frame there, and I was like, okay, this is my time to shine. So I just felt like I took the opportunity at hand, but then we got into where we had to beat Vandy twice. And so we got to game 7 yet again. Here, both of us are on the line now. We're like, okay, like now it's down to the anchors. And if it wasn't for Coach Shannon coming up to me and saying, like, you got this, like, this is your opportunity, like, this is what you've made, like, this is what you are made for, I don't think that I would have done it as well as I did.
Not everybody's built for it. Not everybody can grow into it.
Correct.
Some people will tell you that you know what, those people are born, not made. I think all of it's a thing. We're gonna end this, but can you hang for a little bit top of the hour?
Yeah.
We're gonna go into a new show that'll be it for old school. We're gonna kind of flash it into DP one-on-one, and we'll talk a little bit more with Crystal Elliott. I know she's got a meeting that she needs to get to, but that's all right. We'll take care of that along the way. Y'all stay with us. More coming up here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.